Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 8 of your MLB the Show 22 franchise mode here with the Chicago Cubs. As in the last episode, we just finished simulating through the year 2023, made it into the wild card, and well, it was a disappointing loss against the New York Mets where we got pummeled in 11-3. So we're going to look to make some massive changes towards this upcoming offseason. But before we get into that, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to smack that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. And let's get into this bad boy here with the Cubbies. So we had an amazing season last year. I think the Cubs did really good. We were in competition with the Brewers. There was a lot of positiveness to talk about here with the Cubs. Our contact was really good throughout the year. There's still a lot of things that we do got to improve upon. We had a really bad on-base percentage and average, especially once we got to the playoffs. But there's still a lot of things that we got to, build upon with the Cubbies here, as we did take top of the wild card spot. And that's the problem, you look at our record through us facing off against divisional teams. We really did not do very good against divisional teams. 39-37 throughout the year against divisional teams. Even somebody like the Cardinals did just a little bit better than us against divisional teams. Same with the Padres. So I think that's definitely something we got to improve upon going into this upcoming year. Is we got to improve our interdivisional play and become a better team to go up against the Milwaukee Brewers, because I felt like that was a team that we massively struggled against. Now, there's some guys that I do want to improve upon, and I think getting a dedicated home run guy brought into the team, I think, is someone to talk about. Hernandez has been all right, but he has not been hitting the dingers that he once was with the Blue Jays. He had a pretty good contact year this year. Slugging percentage was a little bit down compared to last year. So, one guy that I'm thinking about trading away is Patrick Wisdom. His vision is absolutely terrible. He's not a very clutch hitter, and we've seen that throughout this past, 2 years that we've had him. His average has been poor. His slugging percentage has been massive over the past 2 years, and he strikes out a lot. Just kind of a guy that I'm not too big of a fan of, and especially since we got some, developing guys in Royce Lewis that could potentially take that third base spot or whatever it may be. We have some open windows to make a deal where we could just bring in someone to be just a big home run guy for the Chicago Cubs this upcoming season. So I'm excited to see what we'll be able to do, but we did reach the postseason. So that is a big thing with this team, as we reach the postseason. Now, next step is to get past the Milwaukee Brewers. So let's just get to the offseason and see who wins the World Series. The Dodgers have defeated the Angels to win the 2023 World Series. The Dodgers won this year round. And so now we will get on to the offseason here, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to take a look at the Hall of Fame. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we only lost Howard and Keith. That doesn't really matter. I think these guys are just kind of some bums anyways. Yeah, Brian Keith and Brian Bouchard. No big players. Let's go on to the inductees. And Miguel Cabrera finally retires their 3,000 hits, 500 home runs. He hit the 500 home run club. And look, the amount of RBIs that guy had. Absolutely incredible career for Cabrera there. So it is time for free agency time. So one guy, Kyle Hendricks, free agent, is our only free agent pitcher. This year he had a pretty rough year. Earned runs, he gave up more earned runs than he did last year. Striking out about the same. He wasn't too bad, but he just gave up more runs. And quite honestly, we don't really need Hendricks anymore. You look at our pitching rotation right now. We got Cease, we got Stroman, we don't really need Hendricks. We got Manaea, Azulio, who was absolutely terrific this past season, and then we got Justin Steele and also Marquez that are coming up the pipeline. It would just be dumb for us to bring back in Hendricks when we already got a pretty good top three, and Dylan Cease, who had an incredible season for us last year and is continuing to develop for us as well, so that is also a big thing. Then you got Marcus Stroman, Manaea, and Azulio. Plus, we already got Manaea to a big contract. Stroman has a big contract as well, and Cease not too bad, but it just wouldn't be a smart idea for us to bring him back in. Kirby Yates had a pretty good year, but we could replace him. He's old. He's getting, he's declined a little bit. We could replace him. Velez, on the other hand, 3.69 ERA, pretty good, but we could probably find somebody better. I think with most of these guys, we could just find better players just in general. I wouldn't mind bringing back in Justin Wilson here just as like a depth guy. for the team. Oh, yeah, no. No, I'm good. So pitching coach. K9 hits per 9. Breaking velocity. It's like almost like not even hitting kind of things. Let's see here what we can find. Are these hitting? What the fuck are we hiring? Oh, pitching coach. Okay, we are hiring a pitching coach. I'm like thinking we're hiring a hitting coach, but no, we are far from hiring a hitting coach right now. So -1 on control, but clutch, bats per 9, and hits per 9 is pretty good. Chad Franco. I do like the sounds of that. So Chad Franco, welcome to the team, my man. And David Ross still doing pretty good for us. I think we keep him as the head coach of the Cubbies here. I think it's would be dumb of us to just get rid of him, especially a year left. We can see how well he'll do this year and then kind of decide if we want to bring him back in or not. And then we need a third base coach. Yeah, so third base coach. We need Kerry Ramos for sure. Yeah, we'll bring him into the team. Not too bad of a third base coach. And I think that's really it. We're not signing any of our exclusive free agents. We're not going to qualify offer them. That would just be... We don't need to do that. So Ramos signs with us. I don't think any of the other head coaches signed with us. It doesn't look like. Chad Franco's still thinking about it from what it looks like. So there we go. Now we get ready for the real free agents and the real chores that we got to do. And holy crow, those are a big name pitchers right there. So Carlos Rondon is back. Jack Flaherty. There is some big names out here in free agency this upcoming season. I don't think we'll be able to make a deal right now either. I was thinking about that now if we can make one, but I know most likely it's going to be pretty tough to get anybody that is just kind of worth going for. Yeah, there's only like 3 teams just because people don't have the salary. Well, people have the salary, but they just don't have the players to trade away because everyone's a free agent. So we're going to have to wait a little bit on that. So Jose Suarez, he did amazing coming down from the Los Angeles Angels. I really enjoyed having him on the team. I think he was a really good pitcher. He's a left-handed guy. It's pretty hard to find left-handed guys, so I think bringing him in, yeah, 3 years, you're going to have to give him a big... actually, we could probably get him for 4 years at a decent deal, quite honestly. He likes our team. He does want to be with a contender, so like we can get him to an easy $6.1 million deal for the next 4 years, and that's not too bad of a deal. Honestly, I'll take that because 4 years for a really good relief pitcher, why not? Cody Hewer, he was okay. He's been an alright bullpen hand for us. I don't see why not bringing him back. Even I think it's just for a 2-year deal. I don't think would be a bad idea. You're going to be a bullpen guy for sure. It doesn't really matter what we name you. So 2 years, $3.5 million for Cody Hewer. Robert Gilsman, we didn't really play him last year, and probably he's going to ask for a decent amount of money. So I think we're just going to leave him be. John Hicks, I did not mind him as like a catcher for us, a backup catcher. He had a good average. He, did pretty well for us, being kind of that backup guy, and that's really it there. So tender contracts, we got to get Kevin. Man, Kevin Parr is huge, 6'5". He's a big man. Because I was looking at the offer. Look how big. He's not even on the screen. So Kevin Parr, yes. Ken Wong, good positional guy, but I mean, if we could get him for dirt cheap, I mean, why not? Yeah, he's gonna want more than 2. Eric Yardley, depth bullpen guy, 800K a year. Ken Peacock, get you back. The second base prospect, why not? 70 overall, has decent vision. Could be another depth guy for us. Jordan Wicks. Get most of our potential guys back, the guys that we've drafted over the years, just so they can fill up some position. Louis Esposito, which has great contact. I'm really excited to see if this guy will be something for us. Kevin Alontra. Rick Macy, get you on a deal. Ed Howard. I think that's really it, but we could get some of these guys back so we don't have to do the tedious task of doing this all over again at the start of the season. We made that mistake before, so we might as well just try to get majority of these guys back onto the team so we don't have to you know, go back, sign everyone again, and do all that annoying crap. Might as well just get these guys back on the team in our minor league system so we don't have to worry about signing a bunch of new guys again. Well, that's 5 years now. Alex McKenna. There we go. Okay, so now I guess we could take a look at free agency, see what's available. So really, I mean, I would love Shohei Ohtani. I think that'd be crazy good. You also got Matt Chapman. The Blue Jays have gave him like a 9-year deal. His power is amazing. He would be, you know, that kind of better player than what Wisdom would be, basically. This would be a massive upgrade to Patrick Wisdom. Strikes out a bit less. His average was a little bit lower. His slugging percentage was about the same as Wisdom this year, though. You also got Rafael Devers, 27 years of age, a very young third baseman. Not too bad defensively, not the greatest guy defensively in the world, but look at the fucking home runs. Holy shit. Yeah, that would be a big old deal for Rafael Devers. But I feel like we need that type of all-star kind of hitter, you know? We don't really have that on the team. We don't have a big guy that's a big-name player that is, without a doubt, just going to be able to go out there, smash home runs, and that type of shit, right? And I feel like this year would be the year to do that kind of deal. Jesse Winkler, great against righties. Weak against lefties is the only problem with him, but great average guy. So I'm either leaning towards... See, Chapman's going to be the better defender, and that's going to be the nice thing about Chapman. You're picking up a really good defender, and Matt Chapman, who can hit home runs. If he has a revived year and he plays better than what he was last year with the Blue Jays, he could be pretty good. Now, the problem is that contract is pretty goddamn massive, and no wonder why the Blue Jays offered him that amount of years. I mean, we could offer him 6 years and get away from that, but we could just go after Raphael. He's just qualified, though. Signing a player that received a qualifying offer. Well, yeah. Oh, okay, so he's qualified. Okay. But, I mean, fuck, that would be massive. The home runs that he hits, the average that he has, the on-base percentage, his slugging percentage has been insane. 27 years of age, he'd be a massive player for us. I'm kind of just saying, you know, in my head, I'm just like, fuck it, you know, let's do her. 4 years, I mean, we could get him for 4 years, just give him a go. That's till he's 31. And then we can get him locked up. $20.5 million. Take us down to 44. How much money have we already spent? 13 million. So since we have already spent 13, that would take us down to about 30 million that we would have left in our cap if we were to do this and go after Devers. Now we would trade away what's his face? Wisdom. Of course, it's not going to give us a whole crap ton left in salary cap, but I think we do this. Rafael Devers, we're going to hand off a contract to you. I fully believe in Rafael Devers would be a massive hitter. His contact is amazing. He's a great power hitter. He could be that main hitting guy for us, and he could be that superstar. We don't have that superstar in our outfield. We have Nico Hunter, who's pretty good defensively. Say Suzuki, who is not bad this year, but I feel like Devers would just be that next step up for the team. So we could trade away Wisdom if we wanted to. We could keep him as well and play him as a first base guy as well, and we could just really stack up the lineup. So we could really kind of see what we want to do. Otherwise, we keep the rotation the same. We're not going to do anything with the rotation. Relief pitching, once we sign Hewer back, we're definitely going to need some depth bullpen guys, without a doubt. Katrinius and Hicks. Going to be, I mean, we got Wilson for dirt cheap these first few years, so I'm not too bad. Swindle and Josh Naylor. Once again, we'll just keep these guys going. Herner, Marichal, Wisdom. We also do got Lurie Garcia here as well, which he should be up in the MLB. I don't know what the hell we're going to do with him. I think most likely we are just going to dump him off to some team. I think with Lurie Garcia. Maybe we could try to get a bullpen hand out of him. Let's see. See if we could get any deals. No, just like any deals in general. I think we wait. I think we could pick up a bullpen hand with him. And then yeah, otherwise, Wisdom, Royce Lewis. I think we're definitely gonna be playing Royce Lewis this year. And then Hap, Davis, Suzuki, and Hernandez again. Yeah, and I think we're going to do the exact same thing where we play Davis against the lefties and Happ against the righties. I felt like this year was such a good year hitting-wise because of the fact that we did that for Ian Happ, and he had a really good year slugging percentage-wise, and I think we continue to do that with Happ again. Good defensive guy, but we want to play a little bit of Brendan Davis. I do not know what we're going to do with Magneuris Sierra as well. We picked him up. We just have not used him just because of the fact that we are pretty loaded with the guys that we do have. And maybe we could trade away Hernandez if we do get Devers, and we could just go with Suzuki, Davis, and Hernandez and use Sierra this upcoming year. So that's also could be a possibility. But I think it's just depth players, and that's really it. So let's get another bullpen hand. Another bullpen hand that would be massive for the team. Trevor May, 20 innings, 225. That's pretty good. If we get him to a 2-year deal. Andrew Chapman, Matt Barnes, 382. See, I'm trying to get somebody on a cheap deal, so I'm not having to lock him up forever. Joe Jimenez, right-hander, 218. Beauty, 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 beauty. I just want some guy for dirt cheap for like 2 years. That's all I really want. So Joe Jimenez, welcome to the team, my man. Hopefully you do sign with us. And then we'll get another guy kind of a little bit lower that we could find. Matt Wisler struggled this past year, but was really good with the Tampa Bay Rays. So, honestly, Wisler, I will give you a chance. Another right-handed guy. What do we got in the bullpen? So, we're probably going to get Suarez back. We got... Okay, so we already got 2 lefties. We can get another another bullpen hand. If I could click the right button here. Clicking too many things too fast. I do like Wisler. Struggled this past year, but if we could get... I don't want to pay him that much. Michael Flez was pretty good for the team. Brett Suter. Luke Jackson. Ks per 9 is pretty good. He does walk a little bit, but home runs per 9 is pretty good. Trying to get someone for just a cheap deal. Don't want them for long term. I don't really want to sign someone long term that's just going to, you know, take up a bunch of cap in the upcoming years here. Matt Schramm, really good this year for the Boston Red Sox. Once again, he wants a lot of money. Jake McGee. Jake McGee was good, but he's an older guy. Miguel Castro, he's young. Did have a pretty bad year, but we can get him for a year and just take a bet on him. I think that's what we do. We take a bet out here on Miguel Castro, see how well he does. Not too expensive. So there we go. So yeah, we spent about $42 million. We still have money left to spend as well if we really, really wanted to massively improve the rotation. If we wanted to. I think we play patient right now. I think we play patient right now. I think we just wait, see what we do, and see what we can get back here. So our guys still waiting on us for signing with the team. So we'll simulate a few days, see if we get Rafael Devers, so Chad Franco does with us. And Shohei Ohtani going off to the Blue Jays. Wow, that is a massive deal. Okay, wowzers. That is massive news. And we do get Joe Jimenez, and we also get Miguel Castro. So now we got our bullpen set with Smith, Suarez, Jimenez, Hewer, Castro, and then Trennan as our guy. So that is what we're going to be going with for the rotation. I think about everything else could stay about the same. I mean, if we could always just bolster the team up a little bit more. I mean, we could go after a big hand. Like an actual ace. But see, the thing is, I kind of want to play smart with my money because we are going to have to spend a big amount of money. We could just go after depth this upcoming year, to be quite honest with you. So, we could just, honestly, we could just even keep Lurie Garcia. We wouldn't have to really worry about picking up anybody else. Like, we already got Naylor, right? Because, like, what we would have for the lineup, we would already have, yeah, all these guys here for our depth players already. And we haven't even thrown a guy into the lineup or had Rafael Devers join the team yet. So we would have Swindle there. Once Devers joins the team, this is a pretty loaded team. I don't think we really need to sign anybody else. Like, we could if we wanted to, but we don't really need to. I think we keep this Ken Wong dude. I like the guy defensively, and I don't think it's a bad idea just to keep him for a year. Just another depth guy to be added to the team. So we're going to wait and see if we could get Rafael Devers into Chicagoland. He still has not accepted our offer here, so he's still very much waiting on his decision here. Hopefully he does. Oh, so Marlins give us an offer here. So they brought our boy Miguel Peralta, the guy that was looking like he was going to be a future home run dinger, man. And they want to send us Edward Cabrera, which is an A potential prospect. Jesus, you want Miguel Peralta? But yeah, but we already are so stacked. Like, I would do this deal, but the thing is, he is way older, and I don't think we already got a pretty deep pitching core. We already do with Kevin Parra. Like, we really don't need to do a deal like that right now. So we do need to select our 30-man rosters there. So we got a few of our prospects that we need to add to the thing here. So Shed Long Jr. Need to add him to the 40-man list. John Wicks. We got some prospects coming up the pipeline here. I'm actually kind of excited. And then Con Slaves. Add him to the 40-man. I don't think we really got to worry about anybody else. All those guys really not that important. I don't really think we're missing anybody that's too instrumental off the 40-man list. Kevin Parra doesn't need to be added onto the 40-man list yet. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good to just keep on simulating. And so Julio Reyes goes to the Minnesota Twins, so big deal there. Yes, we can stop. We still Rafael Devers still thinking about the deal here, and if he wants to come to the Chicagolands. Chapman signs that big old deal with the Blue Jays, 9 years, $188 million. So that's a massive deal there. We're still waiting on Devers here on if he wants to come to the Cubbies or not. And yes, he does. Rafael Devers is a Chicago Cub after having a massive season. He's an official Chicago Cub, and that is massive for us. Look at that. So now we have an actual big-time All-Star that has just joined the team. We've locked him up for the next 4 years now. So we got a pretty big window on really when we want to win a championship. And if we want to, we could probably even extend this guy. If we could continue to play good and put him in the right spots, I think we could be a really deadly team. So actually, we did forget to check one thing. Can we check the awards and shit like that? Or not now? Are we going to have to really wait to check the awards? I guess we're going to have to wait to check out the awards. So I did not know that. But how much money we got left? $24 million. So we don't got a whole lot left to spend. I mean, we could go after another big, like, pitching hand for this upcoming season. Since Stroman's leaving next year, we could replace him with that big hand. Because, I mean, if we needed to, we could trade away one of our guys. If we want to, we could play Marquez as a late relief guy. Because we got DeGrom, Jack Flaherty, and Lucas Giolito. And, I mean, these guys are some pretty big pitching heads. Like, these guys are massive. It's either Giolito or Flaherty. I do like Giolito. He's been a little bit better. Yeah, we wouldn't even actually be able to afford half of these guys. Yeah, never mind. I mean, we could go with somebody like Frankie Montas, but that's not really going to improve the team. So I think for now, I think we keep it the way that it is. We got the depth. We got the things that we need to do. It was a quick and easy offseason, which is the way I kind of wanted it to be. Quick and easy. Just rip it off like a quick little Band-Aid, and let's move on towards the next year. And I think that's what we're going to do, is move on towards next year and get ready to go. Because I think honestly, I'm ready to go. I think this team is ready to go, especially with Devers being added onto the team. We have massively improved the team, looking to, challenge the Brewers a little bit more, which makes me even a bit excited to start challenging those types of teams and really start pushing the Cubs to that next big step of championship caliber, team. So let's get on to the next free agency here. Big deal, Tim Anderson going to the Brewers. Nathan Eovaldo for Luis Severino. So two pitching going back and forth. Mitch Garver. I wonder if we can, what can we get for Wisdom? I'm kind of interested in that. Like, what is out there for Wisdom here? Is there anybody that's going to be, I kind of want MLB ready. MLB ready. Jaev or Baez, but that's going to be a big old contract. I could already see that. Athletics. Yeah, no one's really giving us anything that's like too appetizing here for Wisdom. I think we almost probably just keep him as a DH for this upcoming year. I mean, we could afford him, so why not? Why not go with the super deep team? So yeah, let's do that. Let's send him off to our winter meetings. Jack Flaherty going off to the Astros and DeGrom going off to the Astros. So the Astros pulling in some pretty big pieces there. Holy crow. Lucas Giolito still wanting that big old money. Josh Hader is also out here as well. That's actually not bad for a fucking... I mean, he struggled this past year, but could be a big figure out. And that's the guy that Milwaukee had for years, man. Milwaukee won't be getting him back, but the San Francisco Giants, ooh, I kind of want to just steal it from them now, but we do. I mean, that bullpen hand, that would give us a really big bullpen hand this year if we really, I mean, why not? I'm just thinking here, like, we got to already probably go after a big rotation guy going into next year with losing Stroman this upcoming season. And then having the signing happen, we'll have to throw out some big contracts next year and here soon too. So I think, honestly, for now, can we just, let's, Hader, yeah, you know what, 2 years. Let's do that, Hader. $13 million, 2 years, you be our closer, you be our big guy, We rip you away from our divisional rivals. Let's do that. Let's be dicks. Let's be dicks. Let's go, baby. All right, man. I'm pumped up for this season now. Josh Hader is an official fucking Cubby, boys. And that was the guy that we were getting whipped around on throughout the season. And now we get to whoop some booty. Oh, man, I cannot wait. Alrighty, so Rule 5 draft here. As I don't think there'll probably be, hey, Pujols, let's go. No, I don't think there's anybody really that appetizing. I mean, we could go after an A potential prospect, but Jose Alvarado, yeah. I don't think there's anybody that we really need to go after here. I think we just ought to draft it. We don't really need to worry about the Rule 5 draft here. So let's continue on our simulation. Let's get off to the day of the day. Oh my god, I'm brain farting. The spring training is what we want to get up to. We really don't care about the hearings or anything like that. Renewable contracts. Yeah, we don't really need to renew anybody's contracts or anything like that. Spring training, and no, and there we go. So let's take a look at your 2024 Chicago Cubs, and this is what we got ahead of us. Our rotation. We got C's, we got Stroman, we got Manaea, Azulio, Steele. Now, it's a bit weaker than what it was last year, but still, I think Marquez is definitely going to be a main guy that we're going to have in the rotation. If not, Justin Steele will be our guy. Our bullpen is definitely going to be a really strong piece of the team when you got Smith, Suarez, Jimenez, Hewert, and then you got Josh Hader and Blake Treinen, and also I forgot we still have Roman Wick on the team as well, funny enough. Our catching, Contreras, our big catcher who was absolutely amazing for us last year, Frank Swindle and Josh Naylor. Huner. We got Garcia as a depth guy. Devers. Don't know what we're going to do with fucking Wisdom. I don't think we know what the hell we're going to do with half of these guys, but we're going to have to figure that out and kind of make some room because we're going to have to figure out who fits on the roster, who doesn't, all that sort of stuff. And I think we're going to figure that out in the next episode because there's a lot of homework that we got to do with this team and a lot of stuff that we got to figure out with this team and figure out how we're going to deal with this, this team coming up this year. So for right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.